This is Nikhil Sharma for LowKickMMA. I'm delighted to be joined by Lance Fearless Gibson Jr. Lance, how are you feeling today? It's a pleasure to have you here with us.
Yeah, I'm feeling good. Just headed to training. Good to be here.
Hell yeah, you're gearing up for your match with Chris Avila at Bellator 286 on October 1. What are your thoughts going into the matchup?
So, what's crazy? It's been a crazy, hectic training camp. Chris Avila was supposed to be my opponent. He dropped out. Now it's Dominic Clark. I don't know what happened exactly. I don't know if he's boxing or what the deal is, but
yeah,
I just had to change gears, focus on Dominic Clark, and similar kind of fighting style. Not the same kind of like Stockton slap or anything like that, but similar fighting style. So just tweaked a few things and ready to go on October 1st.
Oh, that's very interesting, because you know what, I was wondering about that. I saw you were fighting Chris Avila. That was announced a few days. That was like August 25th, if I remember correctly, when I heard that. And after that, I saw Chris Avila is on the same card as Jake Paul versus Anderson Silva, boxing. So I was like, wait, that's like 28 days after your fight, you know? So
I know, I know.
But when did you come to find out about this?
I found out about it a couple of weeks ago. Then we had a couple opponent changes after that didn't kind of fall through, and then we finally got solid on this last one a couple of weeks. Like, I think I can't remember exactly, maybe a week ago or so.
Okay, a week ago or so.
Sorry.
And,
yeah.
Okay, so does that change anything for you? Accepting a short notice opponent mentally, does that play a role? How do you feel
now? I try to just do my job at the end of the day. I have a wide set of skills, and I'm very versatile in the sport. I don't just do one thing. I do everything. So, and I do it really good. So I'm just going to focus on me, use all my skills, and be able to go in there and impose my will.
Yeah, and you go in there undefeated. You still want to maintain that 0 on your record and get another win against a new opponent now. So how's the training camp been going for you?
Training's been awesome. I've been really working on my wrestling and my jiu-jitsu, obviously, as well as my striking with my team. So yeah, it's been awesome. I've been working in Linwood, Washington with Team Wise MMA, Eric Wiseman and Riley Wiseman. Those guys are awesome. Been keeping me really sharp. As well as my wrestling at Team Aggression with Jeff Kaler and everybody there. They're awesome. So yeah, I've been really sharpening my tools, and I can't wait to get in there and show everybody.
What's your official prediction for the fight?
My official prediction will be a finish by some way. Whether it's a submission, whether it's a knee from the inside, an elbow, ground and pound, a high kick, who knows? Like, I feel like I can do anything in there. So I'm excited to be able to go in there with the open mind and an open set of skills to be able to do what I want.
Yeah, when you look at this card and how many eyeballs will be on you, how much does this opportunity and maybe how much does the win mean for you in terms of where you would go next?
It means a lot. I think obviously I'm climbing up the ranks, and it's important that I go in there and I show a different asset, a different perspective of my game. Not just what I've shown before. That's why we've been really focusing on expanding my skills, is to show something even more dominant than anybody's seen, so that they know that I'm constantly changing, and you can't expect what you see in my last fight, because I'm so much better, and I'm so much more versatile. So I think, it's going to be interesting. I can't wait.
Yeah, it's very interesting to hear that coming from you. It sounds like you're going in with the mindset to almost make a statement on that night. Would that be correct?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Exactly. That's my plan.
And you also come from a fighting background. Of course, your father, Lance Gibson Sr. Could you talk to me a little more about the role that he played in your journey of becoming a professional fighter?
Well, my dad's my mentor, obviously, as well as he's has so much experience in the sport. So being able to hear all the lessons from him, as well as all his knowledge in the game, and go out there and be able to represent our Gibson name, it means a lot. And having him in my corner, having my family in my corner in general, both Julia as well as my dad, it's an honor.
Yeah, and I came across a clip where you mentioned that your father used to beat up racists in Vancouver. Can you share a crazy experience or a story that he told you about?
You know, he's pretty quiet about it, but he doesn't have specifics. But there were always, so at the time there weren't a lot of Black people in Vancouver, BC. So, and there were a lot of neo-Nazis and people that were obviously racist to anybody and everybody that wasn't a certain skin color. So he would go out there, and he's a serious dude. So he's really fearless. He doesn't play around. So he would go talk to him and then handle business. So I haven't asked too many questions, but I've heard a few stories that I can't fully repeat. So
I understand that. I won't press on that. Yeah, but certainly a very interesting feature, because you and your father, you look very alike. But how I get to differentiate between the two of you is he's more serious. You smile a lot more. You know what I mean? So I get that. The background kind of plays into it.
Yeah, for sure.
I also wanted to ask you about your fishing experiences. I saw that you've been catching some pretty big fishes out there in BC as well. What's been the biggest fish that you've caught?
Yeah. So I caught a 27-pound Chinook just the other day. Fought really, really hard. Fought for probably about 10 or so minutes. And then like a few days ago, we were out. We had multiple that were like over 30 pounds, and they ended up getting off at the back of the boat. But so that's unfortunate, but it is what it is. So far, a 27-pounder, that's a big one. So it's been a lot of fun. Yeah.
So is fishing your way to decompress after a long and tiring work week?
For sure. At the same time, it's also something that I really find a lot of interest in. I kind of compare it similar to mixed martial arts, because you're kind of fine-tuning things to where you can catch the fish better or more efficiently. So just as I would in the cage, if I find an opponent that's got good striking, I may adjust and take them down and work them from the inside, or who knows. So you kind of got to fine-tune things and find what works.
Wow, that's an amazing analogy there. Like, you're kind of baiting your opponent in almost. Well, never looked at it that way before.
Yeah, exactly.
I can tell you that there are a lot of great fishing areas in California. So when you're here for the fight, hey, there are a lot of cool spots you can go to for that. I did want to thank you, Lance, for taking the time out to have this interview here with us. Before we wrap it up, I would like to give you the floor to give a shout out to sponsors, teammates, anyone else you would like to.
Okay, awesome. Thank you. I'd like to give a shout out to one of my sponsors, Apollo Sheet Metal, Nucor, Division 16, Cruise Combat for making my fight shorts. Those guys are amazing. All my training partners at Gibson MMA, Riley Wiseman, Eric Wiseman at Team Wise Jiu-Jitsu for MMA and Jiu-Jitsu for helping us out throughout the entire training camp. Jeff Kaler, Brandon Kaler, Coach Cruz at Team Aggression, working on my wrestling, keeping me nice and sharp, and all the kids at Team Aggression that were keeping me sharp as well. So yeah, it's been awesome. My dad, obviously, Lance Gibson Sr. and Julia Budd for helping me out during training camp as well.
Yeah, amazing, man. I'm very excited for your fight, and I wish you all the best.
Thank you.
Make sure to subscribe to the LowKickMMA YouTube channel for all the latest news, event previews, and interviews with some of the biggest stars in MMA.